Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging with comments, likes, and subscribing. You know I appreciate it so much as we enjoy the best game in the franchise together, The Sims 2. So we are back in the building side of Old Town. We recently did 2 wealthy families and then 2 poor families, so let's do a middle class family. Now today's clients are the Jones family, one of the 5 downloadables from the Sims website. Edward would like to put meaning back into the phrase keeping up with the Joneses. Currently no one in Old Town envies this family except for maybe the Hatfields. Barbara wants to be the ideal hostess and help him further his career. Bobby wants to be an athlete someday. Now, the Joneses are one of 2 families for whom there was absolutely no bio written whatsoever. I'll probably go ahead and do that, but it is not lost on me that Edward Jones is also the name of a financial advice firm that's pretty well known here in the United States. And so that's why clearly he was meant to be a fortune sim, plus the way he was dressed, as well as the fact that he is in the business career. Barbara is a homemaker, but she's also very outgoing, so it seemed to me that she is meant to be a popularity sim. And Bobby, who is very athletic, probably going to be a fortune sim or a popularity, well, no, he's not a popularity sim, a fortune sim someday because he wants to be a world famous athlete. Now, I actually did this wrong the way I was thinking with the Hicks, in that the multiplier is actually supposed to be a multiplier of their net worth, not the value of the house, because that actually helps make up for the cost of the depreciated furnishings. So let's see what life has in store for the Joneses. And 1.5, which I am completely cool with because honestly, that's much more of a challenge for me. Okay, so with the lot value of $28,350 and $5,045 in the bank times 1.5, we've got $50,092 to work with. So let's go ahead and put the things in their inventory and evict them and begin with the build. So let's take a quick look at this. It is actually 11 by 11 minus this 3 by 4 cutout over here. We've got a large bathroom, an eat-in kitchen, and bedroom for Barbara and Edward, and a bedroom for Bobby, as well as this large main living area. And like the other builds in the neighborhood, there are gifts with purchases, which we will stow into their inventory. Okay, so let's go ahead and evict our family. Yes, and then we will set their funds to $50,092. So like most of the builds in the Old Town project, the Jones house was created with university and base game only, which meant that I had restrictions I don't have today since more tools were added, as well as more cheats to help bring a little more life to my builds. Now this is the roof line that I originally created. The one that would have come with the Sims 1 would have looked pretty much like that because we didn't do roofs, they just happened automatically. The only thing we could choose was the pitch of it. But now I'm going to do something different, so we will remove this roof, and I'm actually going to enclose a small portion of the deck to be a sunroom eventually. And what we're going to do with this is create a little bit of a mansard roof. We will have some dormers, and we'll open these up. Now we will add the roofs over the dormers, and now we will do our hand-drawn mansard roof because it looks better. 68, there we go. And that's the roof line that we are going to go with. So now I can choose the floor plan. So I will be moving doorways out here so I don't lose them, because of course they have already depreciated. There aren't that many, but we don't want to lose them. So we'll put them like that, and we will strip our house accordingly. Oops. These two walls will remain there because that is going to be the sun porch. All right. So as you know, I do like to start with a staircase, and we're going to go with our very trusty winding staircase, and we're going to put it right in the corner here. So it clips in through the roof line, but that's okay. And we will do the same and have it clip through there. And we're going to grab one of these guys and put it through here as well as through here. That way it mimics that. And I'm actually going to extend the foundation to here and then also remove it. That way we are making the best use of our space. And as far as the floor plan, we're going to have a 6x5 room here, a 3x3 bathroom here, a 2x3 bathroom here, and a 4x5 here. And this will be a nice little landing area. So this is the sleeping quarters. Now, I don't know how much I will be able to use the basement. We've got to assume that I'll run out of money, but let's go ahead and set it up to be completely finished. First, I'll put in the ceiling tile. Then I will go one tile width all the way around. That way I can paint the floor between the interior and exterior of the foundation, and then finally remove that, and I can paint that to my heart's desire, and it just looks a little bit more finished as they walk through the foundation. So now let's do a floor plan for the main floor. So the floor plan on the main floor is going to be basically open concept. I am going to have a galley style kitchen right here and a less formal dining area here. So we are going to close off our stairwell right here and have the main level powder room. This is going to be a little bit of a book nook, and then the main living area. As I mentioned, this area over here is going to be a sunroom. So I'm going to move all of the cheap windows that I have on the front of the house over here because we do want there to be plenty of windows. Now, as far as the terrain, we did not have this smooth terrain tool, and so I'm gonna just smooth things out a little bit. It's not gonna be super smooth, but just take away some of these rough edges that I created back in the day. Just gonna go ahead and get rid of some of that bright burst. I'm also going to increase the front porch area a little bit just to give it a little bit more of a presentation as befitting a more impressive house. And we'll add in a couple columns, and now we've got a much more impressive front entryway. Colors are not carved in stone right now, but I'm leaning heavily towards trimming with reds because it just looks so much better. So now with the framework of the Jones house pretty much done, I'm going to go ahead and work on decorating it, and I'll be back. So let's take a look at the finished #1 sim lane. I did use the red window casings as a jumping point for my design aesthetic, coordinated with the roof, and then complemented it with blue and white, so we have a very colonial look. Yes, I do realize a mansard roof is a bit avant-garde for a build this size, but I really like what it brought to the table. Now we do have the Castaway Stories florals simply because they're larger, they're cheaper, more impressive, and they don't increase the file size tremendously like most custom content because they are officially Maxis. So we do have a 6-tile front porch here. The side deck has been made smaller because we harvested 12 tiles of it for a sunroom, and that's going to be it pretty much for what I did with the exterior, other than kind of smoothing out the terrain because I now have that terrain tool, which I didn't have back when I built this in the first place. So entering through the front door, we've got a recolor of a base game door, and then you'll see that this is largely going to be blue. I did that for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is that the entire family struck me that they really like blue. We have our entertainment area over here. Over here we have our book nook that I said I wanted to include. We have an informal dining space and a galley kitchen over here leading out into the sunroom, where they can engage in chess and painting. Painting because it's a great place with all the natural light that would be included. Off of the main room, we have a spiral staircase leading upstairs as well as downstairs, and there is a small powder room, and the bathroom is done in the blue tiny tile with white fixtures. And at the top of the spiral staircase, we have a landing that's pretty bare because, well, basically run out of money. The 1.5 times the budget basically just made up for the loss of depreciated furnishings. So let's go first into what will be Bobby's room. Bobby originally had a 12-tile room, so this is a 21-tile room. Since I feel Bobby will want to be an athlete someday, I decorated it with the purple football paint, and he also has an ensuite bathroom. It is a 7-tile bathroom with the toilet fitting nicely in the dormer window. The other direction off of the landing leads to Edward and Barbara's room, done in cool blue stripes with white wood, and also an ensuite bathroom over here with the walk-in shower, tub, again the toilet nicely tucked into the dormer, and a triple long vanity. The basement is finished and ready for building, but completely boring at this point because, again, I ran out of money. They're going to have just over 800 when it's all said and done. So let's put the Joneses in and see what they think. Okay, so their budget is $50,092 and we came in at $49,246. Let's go ahead and put them in. Okay, they're checking something out. Wonder what's on their minds. Probably all going towards an archway. Archway, archway. Yep, that's exciting. Gentlemen, why don't you go to work and school respectively? And Barbara, why don't you just kind of hang out around the house? Now in Sims 4, I actually have her as an author. That's how she supports her family or contributes to the support of her family. But, oh yeah, she's got low knee. That was a nice scratching of the armpit there. And one of the things that I do frequently is I do use this bat box and I will clear trash. It says one problem, and I will also clear any unwanted gossip because that just helps keep your game running smoothly because, yeah, they have lots of gossip. And Barbara, why don't you watch some cooking channel? Let's see, change to the Yummy channel. We'll get you a few skills here. Rod's going to go ahead and leave us that wonderful computer. And nice of you to just walk right through. He trapped himself in, so he had to walk through. And the welcome wagon to ride, we've got Diane Pleasant, Jeff Pleasant, and Chantal Champagne. Why don't you go check that out? Give everybody a kiss, kiss, darling. That's wonderful. And now you got some new people to befriend. You want to throw a party, but you don't really know anybody to invite. And we're going to make some shrimp gumbo, and I'm willing to bet that Jeff is doing some ballet. Yep. And Edward is home after a mediocre day at work. Good job, Edward. Same thing for you, Bobby. You're coming home, and I'm imagining you have not really gotten very far in school. That's okay. And Edward, you know that you want to get your son into private school, so let's go ahead and invite him. We don't have a huge lot of hope, but it could happen. Now, Diane is a popularity sim, so we're going to make her a fully actualized popularity sim, meaning she'll get extra points, or not Diane, Barbara. That was silly of me. Okay, although I do think I made Diane a popularity sim. I'd have to double check that, of course. So with the Kiss Kiss Darling, we got 10 points. Let's go ahead and offer him a tour of the house. Okay, looks pretty good here. Let's show him the room. He gives it an eh. That was kind of rude. Okay, I mean, it had a nice environment score. Let's go into the bathroom. And Barbara, why don't you actually clean this? There we go. He's following you now. Okay, and show him the room. Okay, he was impressed with the 2x2 bathroom. Awesome. Bathrooms tend to be my best bet, so let's go ahead and show him that room and also show him Bobby's bathroom. Okay, and we had a good tour. Awesome. Let's call him for dinner. Edward, thank you for cleaning that up. And Barbara, I would like you to just sit there quietly for a few minutes. Edward, why don't you grab a bowl? And Bobby, why don't you grab a bowl? Oh, cool. Edward, you're into cuisine. So let's all talk about school, please. We know that that's something high on his priorities. And we got 95 points. That was not terrible. Awesome. Accept the congratulations. And now, Edward, you're in platinum. Yeah, you'd like to become best friends with your son. That's quite noble. Why don't you say goodbye to everyone? We've had a good day. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you soon. Well, I think that's going to suit the Joneses quite nicely, and maybe someday people will want to keep up with the Joneses. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you soon in the pixelated world, and that's all I have to say. BK out.